once again, what is the first step? Yes, my friends, check if you have the service manual. The service manual is the most important part. Check that you have exactly the service manual according with the series, with the model of the engine, the family engine. Be 100% sure that this is exactly the manual that you need, because in this specific example today, we are going to analyze the tolerance in between the piston and the cylinder wall, and we are going to verify if the clearance are according with the manufacturer specifications. Those clearance, we are going to verify if at the bore on the cylinder and the diameter on the pistons, the difference between both of them are according with the information in the service manual. This is critical. This is the most important part. In this particular example, I use always this tool. This tool is excellent, and I compress the rings, and immediately you compress the rings. This is my recommendation. Pass your finger internally and touch that all the rings close properly. Any ring is a little open. If you have some ring a little open, try again. Remove the tool, put it back the tool, and compress the tool again. And pat your finger carefully and verify that all the rings are flat with the surface of the piston. All right, exactly like this. Yeah, you pat the finger and you verify that all the rings are fully compressed. What happens if the rings are not fully compressed? When you try to introduce the piston, the rings expand and the piston never enter. Hey, my friend, this is other important recommendation. When you try to introduce the piston, if you feel that the piston is hard, don't try to introduce with a hammer. You need to remove the tool, remove the piston again, and compress the rings again until you feel with your fingers that all the piston rings are fully compressed. Okay, right now we are going to continue with the process. We are going to install, okay, the compressor ring. I check that the rings are fully compressed. And now, okay, my friends, all right, I recommend use a plastic hammer and use or rubber hammer, both of them, and two people. One people in front of the piston and other person in the other side trying to receive the connecting rod and avoid that the connecting rod touch the clamping on the crankshaft and damage the clamping. You need with your fingers help in order to introduce the connecting rod easily and protect the metal, the surface of the crankshaft. Remember that this is polished like a mirror, no? Okay, we are going to do the process. With the hammer, it's important be 100% sure that the tool, the steel of the tool, be completely flat against the surface of the block, like this. Exactly, you punch. Exactly, you be 100% sure that the surface of the tool is in contact with the block, and right now pass completely through the other side. According with the manual, you select the torque appropriate for that specific connecting rod, and you apply the torque. You use the socket appropriate. The black sockets are excellent, and you torque the connecting rod according with the manufacturer specification. Yeah, when you hear the click on the tool, you stop. Now continue. You hear the click and you stop, like this. In this moment, you are pretty close. Exactly. You hear the click and you stop. Once again, in the other one, you hear the click, and no more. Finito. That's it. And once again, rotate the crankshaft. More oil and rotate the crankshaft. Once again, rotate the crankshaft. Okay, we are going to analyze what happened with the piston and the piston rings in each scenario. The first one, look at this. Lack of lubrication. Oh, yeah. Look at the wall of the cylinder. Look at this. This is completely welded. The rings and the pistons are completely welded. Lack of lubrication. Oh, yeah. What happened? Where is the problem in that particular cylinder? You have that problem only in one cylinder. What happened? The oil jet on that cylinder was clogged. No oil, no spray of oil in that cylinder. The other cylinder is good. What is the problem? Probably internally in the block, the cavities are clogged. Why? 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 Because the oil is dirty, or because the people use additives. I don't recommend use additives for the motor oil. I don't recommend use additives. Be careful, never use additives, because the additives is a gel. When the temperature decreases, the gel clogged those cavities. Never use additives. Okay, this is the situation. This is the situation, lack of lubrication in one cylinder, and this is the final result. The face of the piston can be melted like this because the engine was running with lean mixture for too much time. We are going to study later the millions of possibilities for that situation. Lean mixture, probably the injector in that specific cylinder open improperly, and never inject the amount of fuel necessary, inject less fuel, and the mixture is lean always in that cylinder. Yes, or the problem is in the fuel injection pump. The output for that cylinder in the fuel injection pump have a low pressure. You need to calibrate the fuel injection pump. There are millions of possibilities for lean mixture in one cylinder. In one cylinder, yeah. But normally the problem is on the fuel injection pump or on the injector. All right, this is the situation. The temperature increased dramatically. Of course, you have the code related with high temperature, and of course you have the gauge of the temperature gauge going to the maximum, to the red area. That's not good. All right, this is one situation. Look, this is another picture for lean mixture. This scenario is the worst scenario. The piston is completely melted. Yeah, this is a real picture. This is the catastrophic consequence when the piston, when the engine is running lean for a long period of time. Okay, if the temperature, I explained at the beginning of this course, you need to check always two gauge, the oil pressure gauge and the temperature gauge. Both of them are very important. If the oil pressure decrease the normal position a little, you have problem. You need to stop and identify what is the problem. The only additives recommended for me are the additives for fuel, because the majority of the additives used in the fuel, they improve the cleaning of the combustion chamber. This is good, and improve the resistance of the fuel to be emulsified with water. Okay, I recommend additives for fuel. I don't recommend additives for motor oil. I don't recommend additives for transmission oil. I recommend additives for fuel, and I recommend also additives for coolant. The SCAs, supplemental coolant additives. We are going to study in other chapter. Those additives are excellent. Those are the only additives that I recommend in both scenarios, in fuel and in coolant.